happening, fellow fantasy GMs? I am JJ Wang. He is the bearded one, DJ Dub. And with our powers combined, we are the Fantasy Couriers.
Welcome to the 300th episode of the Fantasy Courier. Surprise!
Yeah, I forgot it was a party. I would have brought my glow sticks. We could have partied hard up in here. I forgot all about that.
Oh yeah, so we are 300 strong. Message us if you are someone who's been listening to us since the beginning, because we got some friends that have listened to us from the beginning. That's kind of cool. As we've been just rocking through this, having fun. I was trying to get AI to create us a cool little song, but I waited too long. I'll figure it out later on. But there's like AI tools I can type in, like, "Hey, sing and say this," and then it was making something that was like a 3-minute long jazz song, and I thought our podcast is already too long, so we don't want to add that to it. But 300 episodes, JJ Wang. Did you think that would happen?
No, not really. But here we are.
Here we are. It started out with you, and this was your fault too. You said,
Yeah,
"Hey, I think I want to do a podcast." I'm like, "Cool." And that was
it was kind of my fault to begin with, but then you kind of took over the reins, or it wouldn't have gotten this far.
But yeah, cool. So 300 episodes later, maybe we'll say 600, 900, 1200, and then we're dead. There's no way we can live that long, right? Nah, it's 52 a year. We're good, but we should.
I feel like I should be still alive at 1,200 episodes if we're.
We should.
I hope.
I would hope. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. See how it goes. But yeah, so we're in off-season frenzy. Man, if any Bo Nix owners are glad that it's not regular season, or if the Texans and Patriots are not fighting to go to the Super Bowl right now, that we're recording this, by the way, guys, Sundays before the games. But whoever wins the Texas-Houston game, this is prior to next week. The Broncos, if they go to the Super Bowl, you won't talk about the lowest rated Super Bowl ever. Jared Stidham versus whoever the NFAC sends. Like,
yeah, it's unfortunate. I just found out about it this morning. I didn't even realize, because after the game was kind of watched the highlights, and I just kind of just moved on. But I didn't find out until this morning that he broke his. That's pretty unfortunate for the Broncos.
When it popped out later, like he threw a pass on it or something.
Well, they said it happened like on the third to last play.
Yeah, like right.
That's what I gathered.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, yeah, that's unfortunate. If they were going to of any year for them to win the Super Bowl, I mean, I feel like they had just as good as chances, most of the teams, or probably more than a good enough chance than most of the teams.
Yeah, AFC is fairly wide open. Could you imagine if? We'll get into that next week. But yeah, Sam Darnold, speaking of guys playing hurt, is he going to win like Tough Guy of the Year award, having that shoulder thing? He hasn't thrown he didn't throw a football until the game. Does that worry you fantasy for the future, that this could be a lingering thing, or you just say, hey, let him play it and then heal up in the offseason?
I mean, at this point, you got to let him heal up and just hope get guys to get through these next couple games. But yeah, I mean, as big as a 49ers fan as I am, I just find myself rooting for Seattle more and more. The fact that they're able to do this, I mean, they look good, but I think Sam Darnold could be fine. I mean, he kind of like won me over a little bit, yesterday, just to know that he can playoff game where he looks legit, looks really, really good. That team just looks good. Now, Granted, 49ers are struggling at the moment. They've got no offensive weapons. I mean, they got McCaffrey, but the tight ends are struggling. They've got no good receivers. Purdy just doesn't have somebody he can trust and go to. I mean, he was scrambling for his life last night, but
that was ugly. Like, yeah. I think it was the Seahawks are really, really good, but the 49ers, I think you're totally. I mean, you lose your best player other than McCaffrey. I mean, it's McCaffrey, Kittle. Not offensive weapons per se. I think Purdy benefits from that. Like, I think he's a really good quarterback, but without those two guys, that'll be the real test to see. And they just basically put put 12 guys on McCaffrey and let everybody else do whatever they want. That's
I mean, that's about how I would do it. I'm not really scared of any of those guys.
Yeah, so if you're still looking for fantasy stuff, there's some best ball stuff you can do for like the last couple weeks. You can jump in, do some daily stuff. We're going to focus on closing out the season. We're going to focus on getting ready for next year because that's where we are now. Our brains. I just joined a new fantasy league with Susan from the Fantasy Turf War. She said, "Hey, we got an opening." I said, cool, but that way we can be in a league together. But it's cool. It's like my rule is I don't want to do if I'm going to do too many leagues, I don't want them to be different. So in this one, you don't the winner of the league doesn't win like a gajillion dollars or ultimate prize. It's spread out throughout the year. Like there's prizes for this, prizes for that, and there's one award that's like voted on like GM of the year as a prize, voted on by the league. I said, dude, that sounds like something I might be pretty good at. Making moves, twisting around. And this team, I got the first pick.
Is it bad?
I looked at the roster. I'll pull it up for another week. But the roster, like the dude basically was starting guys on IR. I got young receivers. If some of these young receivers, like if Harrison becomes something, okay, like the receivers are good. My best running back is Kyle Monungai, and I've got Kyler, some other quarterback. And I was like, ooh, Malik Willis is on waivers, so I'm hoping I can grab him when that goes live because I think he's going to get a chance to start next year. So, yeah,
is he a free agent? Is he a free agent?
Yeah.
Okay.
And originally, people were like, "Yeah, he'll be affordable," and then rumor came out he might be looking for like 3 years, 20. I saw 375, and I'm like, that's crazy. But in this market,
what 3 years for 75 million?
Yeah,
for Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Did you? He's trying to bank. He's going to do what Scott Mitchell did in Miami back in the 90s. Had a really, really good like.
Oh, I mean, if he can get the money, yeah, absolutely, go for it. But I can't imagine a team paying him $75 million. I can't imagine a team paying.
Did you see those last games? He looked like amazing. Yeah, no, I don't think it's too much to put on a guy who hasn't had that. But if you do strike,
like I would pay him. I would get him on my team, but 15? I'm not giving him $75 million.
10, 15 a year, or
I mean, yeah, I like
prove it deal.
Yeah, quarterback. I mean, with the amount of money that gets thrown around, and it's. I mean, I can't imagine you're bringing him in. I would bring him in as somebody that's competing for a starting job, and not somebody that's going to get the starting job. So I mean, I think someone competing for a starting job, they have 15, 18 million, right? Now, if you're getting the starting job, yeah, 25 million. But I can't imagine somebody just handing the keys to Malik Willis and being like, all right, here you go, man.
Dude, give him isn't Sam Darnold's contract a poison pill kind of contract? So maybe if you're going to give 75, it better be you can chop out a year and not lose.
Yeah, but at least Sam Darnold had a really good year before he signed his deal. Like with Minnesota, I don't think he probably wasn't getting paid a whole lot. Yeah. I can't imagine. And then he goes to Seattle and gets paid. But like he had a really, really good year. Malik Willis hasn't had a really, really good year yet. That's for
those
sure.
last couple games. Whew.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like Malik Willis. I don't think he's cool, but I like giving him $25 million a year. That's for sure.
Well, it appears also that there's a new coach down in Atlanta. Stefanski is the new coach. So we're going from Cleveland to Atlanta. We'll see.
Harbaugh went to the Giants, right?
Harbaugh went to the Giants. Like that I think that was pretty much once he got cut. I think we even talked about that. Like I want to say it was too easy. Like Harbaugh, like, do you want a challenge or do you want somewhere where you can go and win? Like jumping in there, he's got to draft a couple linemen. It's not as bad as it really looks. I mean, you lose your best offensive weapon all year.
I mean, if you're a coach, if you're a coach of Harbaugh's caliber, at this point, you can kind of pick and choose where you want to go. Are you going to go to a team like the Raiders who has no team, or a team like the Giants who's got like a pretty good foundation? If it was Harbaugh, you're going to go to the Giants. Now, if you're just like an incoming coach and you just want a coaching job, hey, then you would have to take the Raiders. But Harbaugh can just pretty much pick it. Yeah.
Dolphins, Texans, Browns. All these jobs suck. Like they're other than the Giants.
I think Texans is all right.
Titans. I meant Titans.
Oh, Titans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah,
They're
Titans.
good. They got D'Amico
Yeah,
Ryan.
I think Texas aren't looking for a coach. I think they're
No,
keeping theirs, right?
no. So I mean, Ravens still isn't going to be a terrible job, and I've seen interviews of like possibly Mike McDaniel being up there. I was like, huh, that'd be intriguing
Yeah,
to
that
see.
might. I mean, that might work. That might work out. But I mean, at some point, you're gonna have to fix that passing game.
I like him for Cam Ward in Tennessee. It seems like we're just moving our
Yeah.
trash around. Is that more or less what this offseason is going to be as we do?
Isn't that what all off seasons are?
Yeah, every now and then there's a coach. I'm going to sneeze in the middle of this podcast, so I might have to. I couldn't get to the mute button in time. It's like it's not going to happen. Yeah, it seems to go around there, but there's usually some OCs or somebody like Miami. It looks like it's taking the DC possibly from Green Bay because Green Bay is looking for a new DC. But he's following. Yeah, there's moving around. We'll see how those pieces affect what's going on.
But I mean, I feel like normally there's not this many like high tier coaches, like big name coaches that are out there, and they're all still. I don't want to say they're young, but I mean they're all still relatively, in the middle of their coaching career. So it's kind of hard to have a young OC. Are you going to go for the hot young OC, or are you going to go for Harbaugh? I'd
Ben
probably
Johnson
go
or
for
Harbaugh. I'll take Ben Johnson, to be honest.
Well, Ben Johnson's not available.
But I know. But I mean, if you can find a guy like that, like if it's young, like he's the hottest.
Ben Johnson is like a franchise type coach. But I mean, if you're just like a Cliff Kingsbury, are you going to take a Cliff Kingsbury, or are you going to take a John Harbaugh?
Yeah,
that's
like Salah. I've heard Salah's going to
Salah.
somewhere.
Yeah, Salah.
Oh,
I'd rather have Harbaugh than Salah. I mean, obviously, clearly.
Then some people are comparing like, hey, Belichick really sucked at his first jobs too. So
usually coaches. I mean, the coaches usually are typically only good at one team because I'm not going to say all coaches, but it's hard.
Not Andy Reid. That's about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to go to multiple teams and win because then you need the perfect situation. The players all need to fall in place. I mean, it's random. I mean, I know some coaches can do it. I'm not saying they can't, but I mean, it's hard. It's hard to win with one team. Can't imagine winning with multiple teams.
Yeah. So,
but I will say if Sean McVay ever goes to another team, I'm pretty sure they're going to be good.
Or your boy Shanahan.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for your fix of fantasy, check out Fast Draft. Download the app. You can do a best ball draft already. The way too early best draft. Use the code Couriers, and you can get how about $50 matched by using that code. Have fun. Here we go. Duds, stinkers, smelly guys who wrecked your team. Oh, that was hilarious.
That's funny.
I was like, I think I forget what I even typed in, like silly, disappointing music, and it says cartoony. I'm like, oh, this is spectacular. Well, anyway, what we're going to do this week, everybody, is we're just going to look at a couple of guys who, when you drafted them, you were like, yes, my team is going to be so good. And then you were in trouble. They stunk it up. They were not what you expected. Like some guys might have been okay on the year, but you didn't draft okay. You don't draft the first round.
That's what I kind of found out doing this. It was kind of hard to find a guy that was like a complete crap show, right? So you kind of had to kind of go for the guy that the expectations were really high and they just didn't live up to the expectations, even though they could have had a decent year.
Yeah, we're not throwing in like Malik Neighbors. He was hurt. That's like injuries happen. Like, a couple of guys have injuries dealt in there, but looking at their performance even before and after injury is like, hey, before injury, you should still be good. After injury, we'll give you a little bit of leeway. But, Neighbors, right there, dud of the year, but we're not going to count that. That's beyond.
Yeah, I noticed that too. That I'll start looking at. I did do that with my quarterback situation that I got.
I almost did too.
But I just want to. I got like a kind of like a conversation style thing we can have right there. I just wanted to check. But the other ones, I kind of had to look back and make sure they wasn't completely injured.
Yeah, I was going through just sort of. I got pulled up. I also will pull up like when we're doing. I got like ADP average draft position from Fantasy Pros last year as we're getting guys here or what QB they were and running back and whatnot, and then we'll just sort of see where they ended up. So speaking of your guys, we are going to start with quarterbacks, everybody. And JJ Wang is going to tell you about the number 3 quarterback, 28 overall, as well as the number 7 quarterback, 71 overall. Go for it.
So we'll start. Like I said, these are kind of injury related, so the seasons didn't quite numbers aren't going to quite add up. But the fact that they did get hurt, kind of, and that's I'm gonna go first with Jaden Daniels, just real quick. This guy was like the new hotness, right? Kind of like CJ Stroud was. And then of course the same thing happened to both of them. I don't know. I don't think CJ Stroud got hurt. I think he was just bad. But Daniels missed half the season, and even when he did play, he had one QB5. Other than that, it was kind of like average. I mean, last year the season just felt perfect. They was winning close games. The interception ratio was different. He was running for a lot of yards, and that's kind of stuff is hard to replicate in the NFL. So, just where do you see Jaden Daniels? Do you see him as like the 3rd overall guy, like he was, or 3rd overall quarterback, like he was coming into this year, or does this season definitely hamper his?
He's going to drop. I think he definitely has to drop because we're looking at next year. I think Burrow will will move up a little bit because even when he came back after the injury, he was playing really good. I think Bo Nix, depending upon watching the healing, should move up. Brock Purdy, except for the last game, was killing it towards the end. So you got guys that I think are going to move up, and then it'll be interesting to see where the rookies, if we over put the rookies in there, like Mendoza, where's he going to fall within this whole mess? Or Drake May. Drake May's probably 1, 2, or 3 next year.
I mean, would you rather have Drake May than Jaden Daniels, right?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Would you rather have Trevor Lawrence right now, the way he's playing?
Oh, that's a good one. I think that's a very, very good one right there. I think I still might lean Daniels just maybe just a smidge because he does have the rushing ability, and I've seen the glimpse. But I mean, I think I could very easily be talked into Trevor Lawrence over Jaden Daniels.
I mean, I can talk Trevor Lawrence. You look from week 12 on, he had 2 games with under 20 yards rushing, and everything else was 20 to 50. Yeah. So with some rushing in there, I mean, and I think his receiving core is better. Then you got an aging Debo. You got McLaurin, who's the Mendoza line, and I just don't think I think the weapons are so much better there. And now Daniels has shown, oh gosh, is he going to scare us? The other guy, I'll be honest, the guy you're going to mention, I'm higher on him than most, and I think him and Daniels might be close. I still take Daniels over your other guy, but
the other guy I want 0 parts of.
You don't even like him.
And that's Kyler Murray. I think he only played 5 games this year, and I think the offense worked better when Brissett was in there, other than Kyler Murray. I think the receivers looked better. I think the offense as a whole looked better. I mean, he only played in 5 games. Then those 5 games, he didn't look good. It wasn't he didn't have any top 12 finishes. Honestly, I can't imagine the Cardinals bringing him back. I think they trade him. But I mean, it'd be personally, if I was a team, I wouldn't want Kyler Murray because he's never really done anything in his career, for me to want him on my team. I know, but let me hear what you have to say, because I know you're a little higher on him.
I mean, the problem the Cardinals are hitting next year is the cap hit on Kyler. They're having the Dolphins problem. Both those teams are doomed because they got quarterbacks they don't want anymore. I think Brissett should be the quarterback next year. But I'm reading more and more about Kyler Murray possibly coming back due for the same reason that I think Tua could become Kirk Cousins, because the dead cap money for Murray is $54 million. I mean, Tua's like 70, so it's crazy. I mean, I should have talked about him, but I talked about him enough. So Kyler might come back one more year because the dead cap in 2 years is $7 million. So maybe they bring him back, see if it was something wonky, because he's still only 28.
So all right, so I got a question. So say you're the Raiders, you're the GM of the Raiders, right? Your team is awful. I get it. You could be
doesn't matter.
Let's say even the Let's say you're the Dolphins. They get rid of Tua. and you have the option of getting Kyler Murray or Malik Willis, who would you prefer?
I shouldn't say that.
The fact that you're even thinking that makes Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's a turd, right?
Yeah, like I like Malik and I've always been a Malik fan just because
yeah,
he
me
played
too.
for Liberty like a couple hours.
But the fact that you would think about picking him over Kyler Murray at this stage of Kyler Murray's career, that says more about Kyler Murray being a dud than it does Malik Willis being a stud, right?
Yeah, and I think it's age. Like if you're a building team, do you want a younger quarterback or a guy who's going?
He's only 28.
He'll be 29. Malik's only like 24, so that's 5 years.
But I'm saying, like Murray should be in the prime of his career right now. You should be getting like 3 really, really, really good years out of Murray. I mean, you should be still getting top 12 numbers out of Murray.
I want to know what Brissett did, because Brissett did it. He discovered Michael Wilson. I think that's what
he's just a better passer. I don't think Murray's a very good passer.
Let's see what he's got.
He's just a gunslinger. He's just a gunslinger. Likes to run around and do whatever. He's like a free baller out there. He's just doing whatever. And then Brissett kind of works inside the offense a little bit. And I think it just works better for teams that way.
But have we learned this? Like you've heard me say in weeks that Brissett should be the starter. Haven't we learned this lesson with Brissett though? Get excited, and then next year, you're so screwed it doesn't matter.
I don't want Brissett as my starter next year. I mean, I still want Brissett as my backup, because I know if my backup's Brissett, my quarterback room is really, really good because I can trust Brissett coming off the bench. I need a starter.
So if you're the new Cardinals coach and you're sort of stuck in purgatory, you keep both these guys knowing you have a guy that led the team in passing and set records, NFL records.
But I mean, if you keep both of these guys, how into it is Kyler Murray going to be with the leash being like very, very short, right? I'm saying, he's like, I'm making all this money. I want to be the starter. If I'm not the starter here, like, trade me. So then it becomes a sticky situation because Kyler Murray's not even showing up. He's playing Call of Duty. He doesn't even care about football.
Let's trade Kyler for Tua, and they split the crap money, and they're both just doomed, and no one loses money.
There you go. Just like, hey, I'll give you my crap, and you give me your crap, and we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a guy. My guy is a guy that I like, but he seems to have sort of just dropped. He was quarterback number 4, 41 overall this year, 3,224 yards, 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, but he only ran for 421 yards and 8 touchdowns, which was touchdowns in rushing the last 4 years were 14, 15, 13, 10, and that was Jalen Hurts. So that's a disappointing season for him this year to fall off at that level. And we knew the Eagles were due for regression because of the season. I mean, he's just been doing the tush push for so long that teams, I think, are starting to figure it out. And I think smart teams, I believe I like the tush push better from teams that are using the tight end, like Mark Andrews did it a couple of times. That seems smarter for a team than getting your quarterback murdered. Like get a big guy murdered.
I'm not going. I don't even know what the tush push is. I don't even know what it does different than like a normal QB sneak. I have no idea what the big deal is. If you can't stop it, you can't stop it. I mean, 100%. They want to ban it, but I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know why you ban it. I don't know what's illegal about it. I don't really get it. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be as working as well as it has. And Hurts, his passing hasn't been as great. His running overall just hasn't been as great. So it's kind of like he reached the top of that mountain. I mean, he got his high, and now us as fantasy managers, we're still trying to reach. By drafting Hurts, still reaching for that high. And I just don't think you're going to get that anymore. And I think he's definitely come back down to like lower end QB2 type.
Did you know that Jalen Hurts
not QB2,
by the way?
QB1, not QB2. Is it what?
He was a power lifter.
No.
At 16, he could squat 570 pounds.
That's a lot.
And totaling over 1,400 pounds at 16. Yeah, the dude is, and that was part of the reason it was successful is what they're starting to go into. But I just think because his passing has never been like his fantasy, his highest passing totals were in 22 and 23. He had 3,700 and 3,800. Last year, he had 2,900 yards passing. Yeah. So he's never been a passing quarterback. He's been dependent upon those touchdowns and a running game. So it's we
Yeah, I
need
think he's
those.
also
We
been
talked about
like he's been relying on like big plays. So if he's not getting big plays from AJ Brown and Devonta Smith and Saquon Barkley, I mean they're not really like a dink and dunk kind of move it down the field kind of offense. They need like big plays, big chunk plays, and when those big chunk plays aren't coming, the offense doesn't move.
And you know what's hilarious though? We look at AJ Brown as being like this terrible receiver this year. Do you realize that AJ Brown's Philadelphia last year and this year, the only difference was about 76
Yeah.
yards, and he had more receptions this year. How
Yeah,
crazy!
I mean that's great, but I think it was AJ Brown just went through that stretch where he just had like 0 points, and it kind of like puts a nasty taste in your mouth. But like I mean, overall, offensively, I mean, the
Yeah,
whole
man.
offense just was
I
just
mean, we
not
called
good, man.
Saquon. I mean, most people that weren't from Philadelphia said Saquon's going to regress. He's not
Yeah.
going to be
Oh, absolutely. I
what
didn't
he
know.
was.
I thought he'd be a little better than this, but this wasn't.
Let's go
This
to running
wasn't.
backs. I got my running back. This was probably my second favorite running back. You'll talk about my first favorite in a moment. But my second favorite, and he might have been my favorite, but he didn't rise where I needed him. Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving is a dude that I love. Bucky Irving. He was running back 8 ADP and running overall 16 as we went into the season. And he started. The thing is, he had the injury in the middle. From week 5 to 12, he was injured. But the first few weeks, he didn't eclipse 71 yards. He had 0 touchdowns. He did have the receptions, which helped him. So that's what kept him looking as like the week before he got hurt. He was great. 63 yards rushing, 102 yards receiving, and a touchdown. So he was getting the receptions, which kept him afloat. And then he came back from injury, and it was not good. He got the touches. So that's the hope for the future. So he's not a dud. Like there's some duds I'm going to avoid. Like Jalen Hurts, I like, but I'm probably going to avoid him next year because the price tag's still going to be high because he's Jalen Hurts. It's going to go down. He's going to drop in rankings, I think, with like May going up and I think Lawrence, those guys. But Irving, he might plummet because he ended up with 588 yards, 1 rushing touchdown over what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. I can't even do math right now. But over the 10 games he played, 3 receiving touchdowns. Like he didn't get receptions when he returned, except for week 17 against Miami, but that was 5 for 14 yards. So he came in right as the Bucs started sucking really, really, really bad, and it reflected on him too. So unless they turn something around, this is going to continue. But I had high ups. I thought he would be sitting up there, probably RB4, RB5 with, I mean, the way he started with those receptions with the running, and then it just, because he didn't look hurt when he came back. He just didn't have that. Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't as big a fan as Bucky Irving as you were. I just think he's still not necessarily my style of running back. I think he's good. I think he'll continue to get the catches, but I don't know if he'll be like the workhorse. Like I don't think he'll be Devon Achane. I think that's where you're going for. That's what I probably thought how you was going to turn out. I think Devon Achanes are very rare. They don't. I mean, we already have one. I don't think we'll get another one at the same time.
He's
I
like
mean,
work done, right?
we got yeah, work done. Hey,
Is
work
work
done
done?
type.
Devon Achane like is that a good
Yeah,
comp?
kind of.
Like,
Yeah, I mean
gives
that's
me
bad. Yeah, that's really good comp. Um, who were we talking about? I forgot.
Bucky
Oh,
Irving.
Bucky Irving. Yeah,
Happy
I mean,
Sunday.
my bad. There's other things are fine. Yeah, but I mean, plus the Bucks weren't good. I mean, they look completely different, right? The receivers were injured pretty much all year. The running backs were injured. So therefore, in turn, Baker didn't look good. They lost their offensive coordinator, Cohen, right? That he went to Jacksonville.
He was Jackson. That's why
So they
Jackson.
lose their whole offense. They lose pretty much everybody on their offense. So that in turn makes everybody look bad. So nobody on that team looked good. So I don't think Bucky Irving gets back to where he was in his rookie season. I think he's probably going to be more or less like the guy I talk about next, I guess.
Yeah, break my heart. Break my heart. This was
Yeah,
my top guy.
yeah, I'm going to go Chuba Hubbard. Um, you liked him a lot, right? He started the season off strong. I mean, he had a RB8, RB11. You're like, okay, here we go. I mean, his output wasn't great by any stretch of the means. He got some touchdowns and some receiving yards. But he was still getting the ball. Then he kind of fell off a little bit, got hurt, came back. more like a timeshare with Rico Dowdle, and then Rico Dowdle just pretty much just took over the second half of the season. Like Chubbard finished as what RB 38. He was projected to be like RB 20, 19, 20, 21, something like that. So just a complete disappearance, and people were howling Chuba because they didn't think there was anybody else to that he was going to share the backfield with. It just completely backfired and just completely tanked.
Yeah, and I mean, it's. I mean, he went crazy in the postseason, so that gives me hope for next year. But talk about disappointing. Like I thought he was going to outperform his draft position, and he definitely not, because he was. I just had it pulled up. He was 19th running back, 45 overall player.
Yeah, dreadful.
He just, I mean, it was injury, but it wasn't, because he was, he only missed 2 games, and you can't take. I mean, we talked about we were. I was hoping, because I love him, but I think they're gonna go with the monster next year, unless there was something in that playoff game saying what they are going to do with the team.
I think it probably just stays the same as they did this year. I think their running game was more than adequate throughout the season. So why pay a lot of money to a new running back? Just keep what you got here, kind of build the rest of your team.
Well, their problem is Dowdle's not under contract.
Oh, well, then they'll bring in another second tier running back and run it back the same way. Or you can pay Dowdle $5 million and you keep him.
I mean, Dowdle got $2 million this year, so
just give him $5 million. I mean, he performed really well for you. I mean, the cap is probably going to go up because it always does. So throw in an extra couple $1 million and just run it back with what you got here.
Yeah, because they can't. I'm trying to find the dead cap on Chuba, but they gave Chuba a very nice contract. Like, Chuba's dead cap is $9 million this year. Next year,
I would still keep Chuba Hubbard. I mean, he's still a really good running back.
I mean, he's not that expensive. Say that whole time, but yeah, it was disappointing. Oh well, now we're gonna hit some super, like, these 3 guys. Like, I might we might ignore the last 2, but these 3 guys are probably 3 of the number 1 most disappointing guys all season. Receivers. These are 3 receivers that just totally pooped the bed. You pick one, I'll share mine. You pick your others. I think they're open and closed cases. I'll have my fantasy first up, tell you where they were drafted. So let's see.
Yeah, so this first one here, this is my pretty much biggest disappointment. I had super high hopes for this guy. I thought he was going to be a stud, and that's Marvin Harrison. Just looks absolutely dreadful. Doesn't get targeted. He's like he's hurt. Doesn't even look like he's out there. Of course, Jacoby Brissett comes in, makes Michael Wilson look like an absolute superstar. You would think that would be Marvin Harrison. Obviously not. So obviously there's something. It's got to be wrong there. I can't imagine anybody is going to reach for this guy going into drafting him next year. I feel like this guy just plummets in the draft, right?
I think he does. I think I'm going to grab him. Michael Wilson I liked coming in. And this was maybe Marvin Harrison's your traditional receiver from a decade ago. Year 3 breakout. I mean, Harrison's done nothing but gotten worse. Done nothing to prove it. Like, this is just a gut instinct.
Sucks, dude.
I mean, he missed 5 games this year. And his stats are almost exactly the same as they were last year. So we can't blame Kyler Murray for him. That's the problem with Marvin Harrison. He had he had 2 games that were 96, 98 yards. Everything else was pretty putrid. A whopping 4 touchdowns. I mean, this guy was supposed to be the greatest Ohio State player since Archie Griffin, and he was terrible in NFL. But he was supposed to be the greatest one. They said, yeah, he's the best one to come out. Blah 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 blah. We heard about him from like freshman year on because he's Marvin's kid. That makes it part of it, but I don't know. Like, it's odd. It's disappointing. I just had it here. He was drafted.
Like 11, like wide receiver 11,
overall 40, so third round. But still, you thought he'd be that's your 3rd player on your team, and you get dumped on. Totally dumped on. Like, he like in half PPR, he was number 49 receiver.
Dreadful.
That's crazy. Like,
dreadful.
Oh my God. I mean, and
Bomb.
I don't have I just got his ranking there in half PPR. So there's probably like there's probably some guy that played like 8 games ahead of him because it was just so bad. But it's so disappointing. And the thing is, if it wasn't for, I mean, I'm going to name a guy who finished wide receiver 25, and that's Justin Jefferson. We don't talk much about him because we hit him a lot, but I had to put him on there. I was like,
Yeah,
we
sucks.
beat this dead horse, but he had 1,000 yards still, which
Why are you beating dead horses, dude? I mean,
because they
let it go. You
beat him.
should be beating horses, man. Come on.
But he still had 1,000 yards, 84 receptions, but he had 2 touchdowns. This is the dude that was a generational talent. Like I do,
Quarterback proof. Quarterback proof.
well, yeah, quarterback proof, and that is not true. Like Jamar Chase leapfrogged him. Jamar Chase looked great with Flacco and the other backup quarterback and Chase. So Jamar Chase had a couple, and Burrow. He had a couple weeks of not great, but he still had a really, really, really good. Like early on, we were a little worried, but he picked it back up and Chase killed it. Like in the offseason, I think Chase did jump Jefferson, and Jefferson, my goodness, if McCarthy is we've talked about this, if McCarthy is the quarterback next year, I don't think I could draft him inside the top 15.
I think Puka might have jumped Jefferson too. I mean, we could drop Jefferson. I think we could drop Jefferson way down. It just didn't look good. I mean, McCarthy, I still like McCarthy. I mean, he looked somewhat better the last, but like I say, he's always hurt and he can't be consistent.
McCarthy looked terrible.
JJ
terrible too.
Well, I mean, yeah. But they look dreadful. I mean, just doesn't look good. Big disappointment.
Yeah, so that's and your last guy, man. The last guy, wide receiver 8, 14 overall. Let's just keep up the disappointment. His team was good, but he sucked.
Yeah, we talked about him a little earlier. That's well, not earlier, but like throughout the season, we kind of brought him a lot. That's Brian Thomas. Just looks absolutely dreadful. Breakout season last year, of course, with Mac Jones. Definitely not a breakout season this year with Trevor Lawrence, even though Trevor Lawrence has looked really, really good. And the other receivers look good. It's kind of like with Marvin Harrison. Parker Washington looks good. Jacoby Myers looks good. Why can't Brian Thomas look good? If you're the Jaguar, are you trading Brian Thomas or are you keeping him?
I think I would love to see that. I think that would be good for both parties, to be honest. For both people involved, I really think that would be a really cool trade. It would help him. It would free them up some space because that would Parker looked so good even in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they paid Myers, and then that would free up because but then again, I might take back what I said because Thomas is so cheap. You've got 2 more years on his rookie contract.
True.
Why would you when there's hope? But his value, I don't like. I think because you can still get a lot for him, you might. But he was the king. Like I had him probably ranked higher than I was trying to pull up. I'm on the Courier site versus my site to see how high I had him ranked. I probably had him ranked higher than the 8th overall receiver.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, people had him top 5, I mean, like 4, 5, 6. I mean, they were expecting big things.
Do you know Puka was the 7th ADP receiver and JSN was the 14th ADP receiver?
Yeah, JSN was a little low.
Okay, 20 seconds, real quick. Real quick speed through my tight end disappointment. Had an okay-ish year, and that was Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers just there was some injury in there, and then it was being the Raiders. I mean, you look at his chart on Fantasy Pros, he still had 680 yards and 7 touchdowns, but as high as you reached, it was value over that. So that's what makes me. I used to draft tight ends super early, and I drafted him early in one league, and it demolished me because he didn't perform like you need him to. Like Trey McBride really was the only guy that did that. Kittle for a handful of games towards the end. But yeah, that's why he disappointed me. Your guy?
My guy is TJ Hawkinson. I'm not necessarily saying I was expecting huge things out of TJ Hawkinson, but I was expecting some kind of part of the offense. I mean, he was still being drafted as a top 10 tight end. Finishes number 7. Then he finishes tight end 38 or 28 or something crazy. I mean, he's not relevant at all. So I mean, you go from top 7 tight end to not being relevant at all. Kind of disappointed. I mean, because he was at one point he was good. I mean, he still looks but after that injury, he ggets traded to Minnesota and just ain't never been the same, man. You suck.
Pretty much. Yeah, that was a disappointing one. So yeah, there's lots of guys. You have any disappointment guys, throw them in there. Keep an eye out if you're on YouTube or on our Facebook page. I've been throwing some reels out, and I can't figure out algorithms. We were hitting Facebook for a while, then we hit a couple YouTube, and I'm like, I tried X. We're not on X enough. I'm not even gonna try that anymore. But upload him. It's fun little things. Do a little bit on McCaffrey or JSN. If you see him, guys, everybody share him out. That'll help the podcast. Help us on there. In a few weeks, we will have the winner of the Fantasy Couriers Outrageous League. Steven, he'll be on here with us in a few weeks. I got to message you. So, Steven, hit me up with next couple weeks what week works for you, or I'll message you as well. But, JJ Wang, give us some wisdom, and we'll celebrate out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite players of all time, and that's Josh Allen. We didn't talk about Bills in the beginning. Big disappointment. No Chiefs, no Ravens. You would think the Bills, are primed, ready to go. The team just, they obviously clearly need receiver help. Josh Allen turned the ball over a lot. That one interception was kind of weird. I'm not really sure who blaming that one on. That could go either way there. That's neither here nor there. I don't really care. But at what point do you have to label Josh Allen as can't win the big game?
Dan Marino, Jim Kelly.
Yeah, is Josh Allen in? Will Josh Allen be like Dan Marino territory?
Ask us in 10 years. That's where it comes down to. Like, he's at this point, yes, because he's that good. Like, it only happens that, like, Charles Barkley, one of the greatest NBA players of all time. Nothing. Those kind of guys. Don Mattingly was a really good baseball player, not in the top 20, but he was a really good baseball player. And basically, the greatest historical status, Don Mattingly came on right after the last Yankees championship, left right before the next Yankees championship.
No, that's
terrible. But, there's guys like that sometimes, unfortunate problem for him is he's the leader. So he falls upon the Marino. But unlike Marino had terrible defenses and no running games. And he had two good receivers generally. Josh Allen's had good teams. He's had some good teams that have just hit the Mahomes year. So he's had that bad luck of pretty much everybody that played Brady. Almost Peyton Manning. Like Peyton Manning, Brady wasn't a player during Peyton Manning's career. Peyton Manning, we're talking about him as an all-time, the greatest of all time. But we can't.
It took Peyton Manning a while. It's true.
Yeah. So I think you give Josh Allen Pickens next year.
Oh yeah, just give him any kind of decent receiver. They need a top tier.
Trade for Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, Marvin. Trade for Brian Thomas. You've got to get a receiver in there, man.
And they're not high enough to get these like young good guys. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. So as always, trust yourself and trust the process.
I pushed the wrong one.